One small island could decide the future of the global economy, the balance of world power, and whether the world slips into catastrophic war. Taiwan, home to just 23 million people, sits at the center of the most dangerous geopolitical standoff on Earth. If conflict erupts here, it won't stay local. It will shake every nation, every market, every supply chain across the globe. So why is Taiwan so critical? And why are we moving closer to crisis? To understand why Taiwan matters today, we need to go back 70 years. After World War II, China descended into civil war between the Communist Party and the nationalist government. In 1949, the Communists won and founded the People's Republic of China. The defeated nationalists fled to Taiwan, where they continued claiming to be the legitimate government of all China. For decades, both sides claimed to be the real China. Over time, most countries, including the United States, recognized Beijing as China's official government. But Taiwan developed separately. It built its own democracy, its own economy, its own identity. Today, Taiwan governs itself and operates like an independent country. But Beijing has never accepted this. China considers Taiwan a breakaway province and insists reunification is inevitable by force if necessary. For China, Taiwan isn't just about territory. It's about legitimacy, nationalism, and power. The Communist Party has built its authority on restoring China's historical greatness. Allowing Taiwan to remain separate represents unfinished business from what Beijing calls a century of humiliation by foreign powers. Taiwan also holds enormous strategic value. The island sits along the First Island Chain, a line of territories that blocks China's access to the open Pacific. If China controlled Taiwan, it could project naval and air power far beyond its current reach. It could challenge American dominance across Asia and reshape the entire regional balance of power. For Beijing, Taiwan is the key to becoming a true global superpower. The United States sees Taiwan as critical for different reasons. First, Taiwan is a democratic partner in a region where American influence faces direct challenge. If Taiwan fell under Beijing's control, U.S. allies like Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines would question whether Washington can still protect them. The credibility of American security guarantees across the entire Indo-Pacific would collapse. Second, Taiwan is economically irreplaceable. The island produces over 60% of the world's semiconductors and more than 90% of the most advanced chips. These chips power everything: smartphones, cars, data centers, artificial intelligence, modern weapons systems. A disruption to Taiwan's chip industry would cripple the global economy overnight. For decades, America followed strategic ambiguity, deliberately refusing to say whether it would defend Taiwan militarily. This uncertainty was meant to deter both sides. It discouraged China from invading while stopping Taiwan from declaring formal independence. But as tensions rise, that delicate balance is becoming impossible to maintain. The risk around Taiwan is higher today than at any point in recent history. China has rapidly expanded its military, building hundreds of ships, thousands of missiles, and advanced forces designed specifically for a Taiwan conflict. Military drills around the island have become larger, more frequent, and more aggressive. Chinese warplanes now routinely cross the median line of the Taiwan Strait. Once an unofficial boundary, both sides respected. Political pressures are intensifying on both sides. Chinese leaders face slowing economic growth and rising nationalism at home, making Taiwan a powerful rallying symbol. In the United States, rivalry with China has become one of the few truly bipartisan issues, leading to stronger congressional support for Taiwan. The danger lies not only in intentional war, but in miscalculation. A military exercise gone wrong, an aircraft collision, a naval confrontation. Any of these could spiral out of control faster than leaders can stop it. If conflict erupts over Taiwan, the consequences would be immediate and devastating. Global trade routes through the South China Sea would shut down. Semiconductor supplies would collapse within days. Stock markets would plunge worldwide, Inflation would surge as supply chains disintegrate. More dangerously, the United States and China, both nuclear-armed powers, could find themselves in direct military confrontation for the first time. Even if nuclear weapons were never used, the scale of destruction would dwarf most modern conflicts. Millions could die. Countries around the world would be forced to choose sides, shattering the global order built over 70 years. The economic damage alone could trigger a depression worse than 2008. No country would escape the fallout. Not Europe, not Asia, not America. Taiwan may be small, but its impact is enormous. It sits at the crossroads of democracy and authoritarianism, technology and security, peace and catastrophic war. The decisions made about this island in the coming years will define the 21st century. Right now, the world is watching. Diplomats are negotiating. Militaries are preparing. And everyone is hoping that this most dangerous place on Earth does not become the spark that changes everything. The question isn't whether Taiwan matters. The question is whether the world can prevent the unthinkable from happening. Because once it starts, there may be no going back. If you want to understand the forces shaping our world and the stories that truly matter, subscribe and stay with us. This is only the beginning.